Okay, so for those of you that don't know, colorism is the discrimination against one skin tone, thinking that one skin tone is more superior than the other. So that's why when people say, but what about girls that prefer dark-skinned men or that only date dark-skinned men, it's still rooted in colorism because you think that dark-skinned guys are more superior than light-skinned guys. Colorism basically questions why certain people prefer a certain skin tone over another. So that's why you can't just say it's a preference if you specifically intentionally go for a specific skin tone. Colorism is deep-rooted in racism. That's why when people bring up conversations like, but what about girls that prefer men with money, or what about guys that prefer skinny girls, or what about girls that prefer taller guys, I can't participate in those debates because they have nothing to do with colorism. They have nothing to do with racism. Those points are very irrelevant when it comes to this conversation, so can we please have one conversation at a time? So I saw a lot of people in my first video in the comments saying that I'm not light-skinned. So I can't believe I have to do this, but let's deep dive into what light means. So as black people, we are considered brown. And then there's two categories, light or dark. We can't all just be classified as brown. We have to be more specific than that. So for example, let me say me and Boiti are brown. We are brown people because we're black people. We're black according to race and we're brown according to complexion. So we can't say me and Boiti are brown, mainly because we are different shades of brown. I can, for example, be lighter than Boiti, so you'll have to say I'm light brown. And that's why I would fall under the light skin category. So the brown is standard, it's obvious, it's there. The difference is whether you're lighter or darker. So another example could be me and Pearl Tusi. So we could say we're both brown people, but Pearl Tusi is lighter than I am. So she's a lighter shade of brown than I am because you can't say she's white. So if you had to specify, you'd have to say Pearl Tusi is lighter than Sihle, meaning that Pearl Tusi is light skin. So me and Pearl Tusi can both be referred to as light skin because we fall under the lighter shades of brown. Is she lighter than me? Definitely. So I was very surprised at the people that were upset that I called myself light skin, and this is where colorism plays a role. When you hear someone say they're light skin, automatically in your brain you think they're superior. So that's why in the comments people are like, respectfully, you're not light skinned. So it was a sit down, you're not as superior as you think you are. Some were saying you're delusional, you're not light skinned. So in your brain, how could you think that you're so much better than you actually are? So my chat is the people that you guys think deserve to be called light skinned because they qualify according to your superiority complex will never come out and say as a light skinned girl. Because why? Firstly, they will have to be accountable for the fact that there's privileges that they receive because they are light-skinned. Secondly, it would say that, okay, girl, since you're admitting that you're superior, what about the people that are affected by that? Because they are people that are seen as inferior because they don't look like you. And I understand why they would shy away from such statements because they would have to be in debates where people are holding them accountable for something that they have no control over. And also people will take away the fact that they had to work hard to get to where they are because people are going to say, oh, okay, since you know that you're light skinned, then it means that you know that you didn't have to work hard to get to where you are. You were just chosen. You were just given opportunities because of your complexion. Pretending that you don't know whether you're light or dark or that you don't care whether you're light or dark doesn't help the problem because at the end of the day, that thing matters. I know it's not common to have girls that are a lighter shade of brown or simply light skin talk about colorism, but honestly it's time that we did because the dark-skinned girls are tired of being called jealous. So if we started seeing complexion differently and started asking ourselves why are we attracted to a certain skin tone, then I think that society would be in a better place.